Hi guys, my name's Louise and I am a tradeswoman empowerment coach and a heavy vehicle and plant mechanic trainer and assessor. And today we're going to be talking about self-pressure. So putting pressure on myself has been, I would even say it was part of my personality, to be honest. I did it for so long and still catch myself doing it. I put so much pressure on myself. When I don't catch myself these days, but I used to put so much pressure on myself that I would make myself like shake and just be like, oh my god, like I just couldn't even function under the amount of pressure that my brain was putting myself under. It started for me, it started with things like, you're a second year, you should know this. You're a third year, you should know this. You're a fourth year, you should know this. You're qualified, you should know this. You've got this qualification, you should know this. You've been doing this for so long, you should know this. Someone told you this once, 5 years ago, and you should know it right now. And that's what I was telling myself all the time. And it progressively got to a stage where what I was telling myself was pretty much unachievable. As you guys know, or if you've been following me for a while, in 2017 I went to Abu Dhabi and I competed in the International World Skills Competition. It was a 2-year process to get there and I ended up coming 4th in the world. So in 2017 I was the 4th best mechanic in the world. 6 months later, I couldn't even work. I had put so much pressure on myself to be like, you're an internationally award-winning mechanic. You need to do this. You have this audience that, has grown now that I'm making it grow with you guys. But I was kind of like, people listen to what you say. You need to say good stuff and you need to say it now. So I had just all this pressure on myself, being like, okay, now you're this image, you need to do this. Okay, you've got this award, you need to do that. So in 2017, international award. In 2016, I ended up getting 2 national awards. Gold medal in heavy vehicle world skills and highly commended National Apprentice of the Year for HVIA. Now, these are really good achievements, except I turned them on myself. I held myself to that award. That's what I was comparing my daily life to. You've done this, you should be this. And it was to the point where I was like, I literally couldn't function. I worked myself sick. In 2018, I spent 4 months without a full-time job because I couldn't function. I had put so much pressure on myself. And it had been a trend that had been happening to me for a while. And I have this is a trait that I have seen and discussed with mainly women, but also men that are anxious as well. This kind of seems like this high self-pressure, this high standard of ourselves that we put on ourselves. I've seen it in women and in anxious men. Not saying other people don't do it as well, but that's where I've come across it mainly. And it just comes with things that, you believe in your soul, like, I should know this. That statement. I should know this. And then you have because whatever afterwards. Because I'm a first year. Because I'm a second year. Because I'm qualified. Because I've been in the trade for 10 years. You can't know everything. No one can know everything. And as a tradie, we do so much variety of work that, sometimes you might get a little bit rusty if you haven't done something in 2 years. It's the same thing. Like, if you don't use it, you lose it. But then you can always bring it back. You don't lose it forever. You might be a bit lost in the back of your mind and you've got some bit of refresher to do to bring it forward. But it doesn't make you a shit person if you don't remember something. I put that pressure on myself. Like I said, I worked myself sick. And I really, when I see people doing this, I'm like, please don't do this. Please, And it's hard to tell people that they're putting that much pressure on themselves because they don't see it as, like, even I didn't see it as an issue. I thought that was just how it was. Like, I didn't want to be a slacker, so I had to be like that. Like that meant me getting sick. So do not recommend. And whatever narrative you're telling yourself, I should be this because, you know, I will be. We actually did this in a coaching call on Friday. It was pretty awesome. It kind of relates back to this. It's having conditions to your self-worth. I am enough when. Not I am enough. I am enough when I complete my trade. I am enough if I get my job time down to this. I am enough if I complete this in this certain amount of time. No, you are enough. What is enough? What is enough? No one knows. Alright guys, so self-pressure. No matter what you're selling, no matter what you're telling yourself, I should be A, B, or C. I am enough when A, B, or C. If you catch yourself saying those things, just call it out. It's not something that's going to fix overnight if you do notice yourself doing it. But trust me, it is 110% worth taking the time and energy to pick those thoughts out, to recognize they're happening. So my previous video was about recognizing what your thoughts are and listening to them. So then you listen to it, and then if you'd be like, wait a second, I'm trying to live up to some standard. I'm telling myself I'm going to be enough when. Noticing them and then being like, no, I am enough now, and I don't have to live up to some expectation that I have magically put in my head because of A, B, or C. Alright guys, I really hope you guys can take it easy on yourself, and you know, you're your own best friend. How do you treat your best friend when they're like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that? You'd be like, girl, or guy, or person, you don't need to do that. Like, just take it easy. But we don't often say it to ourselves. We don't often be like, no, it's okay, you made a mistake. We catch ourselves so often telling, like, if you're a tradie, you tell apprentices that, oh yeah, you made a mistake. Okay, like, this is what we'll do next time. Do you tell yourself that? If you make a mistake, do you be like, oh yeah, you made a mistake. Next time I'm going to do this. No. Sometimes, well, I say that for me, I did not do that. I was like, you're silly, you made a mistake. You did. No, you made a mistake. No. It wasn't. What I tell people is, it's okay, you made a mistake as long as you learn from it. But I wasn't telling myself that story. Okay guys, so as a bit of a recap of this, because I could say the same thing over and over and just get more passionate and worked up about it. But anyway, self-pressure. If you're having thoughts of, I am enough when, I need to be this because, I'm not good enough until, if you catch yourself saying those things to yourself, just sit down and check them. Is it reasonable? Is it sustainable? What is enough? You don't need to keep going again and again. And it doesn't make you silly or anything if it comes back. If you're trying really hard to get rid of those thoughts and they come back. Your brain is a muscle, and you know, you've worked that muscle in that certain way for so long, it's going to take a while to change it. So take it easy on yourself. Alright, take a breath guys. I've got a few different ways. I've got a few things going on at the moment actually. So I've got my Presenting Tradies webinar coming up. So you don't have to be a tradie, but it's pretty much if you've never presented since you were in high school and you've got a story that you want to tell the world, but you don't really know where to start, this masterclass is for you. It's going to be on the 14th of July. It's definitely not January. July. At 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and I would love to see you there. The link is in my bio, depending on where you're watching it, or down below in the description. I also would love to help you through any challenges that you may have. Please DM me, comment on this post. I would love to see what I could help you with. I would love that. Also, I've got an awesome new project that's just starting with a dear friend of mine, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it because I think you guys will get a lot of value out of that as well. And also, what stories, what narratives are you telling yourself that are putting so much pressure on you? I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. I'd love you to DM me if you're not confident sharing it in front of the world, but what are you telling yourself? Keep check of it. Alright guys, keep on smashing it, and I will talk to you next time.